So let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is sitting right now at 107,355. And the overall situation of Bitcoin has not changed. Since it has lost the area of $112,000, it has been struggling with the upward journey. This was our $112,000 area. And it closed 2 daily candles below it. This was the first red candle. I mean, it doesn't matter the candle's color. What matters is that it closed below the area of 112. This was our first daily candle. Then this was the second one. Once we get 2 daily candles, that pretty much confirms that we have lost a support area. And that means that now if it wants to go back up, it needs to conquer it. It needs to spend 2 days above it. Then it would go and start the upward journey. But so far what we have seen is that it has been struggling, and of course today it has gone back to its old sweetheart, which is the area of $107,000. It went back down to it, it tested it, and I have talked about the significance and the importance of this area of 107. If we talk about all these triple tops or quadruple tops or everything else around it, all of this stuff, all these structures, they all rely on this $107,000. And if I just change this to to a weekly structure, again $107,000 is the most important area, because even on weekly, if you look at it, this double top structure is holding at $107,000. And I've discussed how it can only lead to worst case scenarios, because once it breaks below 107, this is where it would drop to, and this is the area of basically 100k, and I don't think it will stop here. It will just end up creating a inverted cup and handle, and then further it will bleed down to $74,000, which means it will go all the way down here. And then over there, it is nothing nice either. It will end up creating another bearish structure, which will be a way bigger double top structure. So the thing is that the only thing that will keep on happening with Bitcoin after losing 107 is a chaos. So considering from that perspective, it is a pretty much dangerous zone. Not that it turns Bitcoin into losing that doesn't necessarily mean that it is a full lost cause, but the thing is that it opens doors to all kind of bearish case scenarios, starting from 107, losing that all the way down. You can stretch it to $32,000. I wouldn't show you all that structure, but the thing is that it can go as bad as that. But I think it is too early for us to get that bearish. I need to see it below 107 for more than 2 days. If that is not happening, the only thing that I would be considering here is the overall drama from 107 to 112. It is not able to break above 112, but at the same time, it is not living under 107 for more than 2 days. If that is not happening, it is more of a sideways movement. It is making people panic. Of course, a lot of liquidations are happening, and at the same time, there are some people, some really smart, intelligent people who keep on looking at Bitcoin. As Bitcoin dips, they start selling altcoins. So that kind of intelligent brain mindset exists in the market, which leads to the overall red in the market more than it should be. It is the fear, uncertainty. And I think there is a bit of a PTSD left from 10th of October that kicks in the moment you see Bitcoin going down only 4%. They all start shitting their pants. Anyway, that's the case scenario with Bitcoin. I'm not that concerned or worried. I think from all perspectives, I mean, when I talk about my community, we do investments, but we use pyramid. That is basically to cover our ass from all kinds of perspectives. So from that angle, we are all good for any kind of case scenario. But at the same time, I'm still not able to see why November and December cannot be a green month. I don't have an answer for it. Like I have said previously, if we look at stock market, if we look at gold, if we look at anything else out there, all markets are good. Rate cuts are happening. I'm living in Canada. We just saw recent rate cuts here as well. Everything is good for these particular 2 months. So I'm not saying that it is good for the next year. I mean, things can go to shit next year, but for these 2 months, markets should stay well. And when we talk about volatile markets like crypto, I think having time period of 2 months is more than enough for a rally. So I'm still in denial. I would pretty much put it like this. I think that I would turn bearish if we lose some major support areas, and then I will start singing songs for downward journey. And if you have watched my content for previous 2 years, I mean, I'm making videos from 2 years, you would know that I don't pick sides. But unfortunately, I'm right now cornered in a place where I have to pick a side, because I do analyze the market without emotions, but I think that a lot of people are under duress and stress, and that's why I think I have to come out and always say this in a worded manner, that we are not sitting in a bad market. If it was a bad market, I would have told you this is not a bad market. It is just that I think people are way too stressed. We are bleeding, but at the same time, we are not even touching prices on so many coins that we saw on 11th of October, 10th of October, 12th of October, 16th of October. Even if you go after really, really bad projects like ICP, even that is up from what it was in that particular date periods that I've mentioned. So it doesn't matter if you didn't catch the 10th of October prices, you would have purchased it on 11th, 12th, 16th. I mean, there were extensive amount of entries on multiple coins on those dates. So until and unless you're sitting in small micro projects, I don't think that there is anything bad in the market. Yes, very small projects that are around 50 million, 5 million, 10 million, they would be suffering. But if we are talking about big ass projects, like if you talk about Cardano, if you talk about XRP, everything, all the shit is intact. I don't see don't see them bleeding. And I'm not talking about Solana or Ethereum. I'm using other examples, right? Go and check HBAR. I mean, pick any project. So if we look at market from that perspective, big cap to middle cap, not the small ones, I think things are intact. Small ones, they are generally the ones that pay the price, unfortunately. Whenever there is panic in the market, people go and sit on small coins' throats and start squeezing it for money, and they take that money to mid cap and big cap. And once the market gets okay, they sell and they go back to the small ass projects. But that doesn't mean that the market is bad. I think it's just what do you call it, endurance test that we are going through. Anyway, first 10 days of November will show true colors of this overall November and December. So wait till 10th of November, you will have an answer. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment, and I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video, or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.